How do you start wholesaling or investing when you're brand new? You have no credibility, you have no reviews, you have no testimonials, you have nothing. I get this question all the time. Now, here is what you do. You need to understand a simple concept. In the world of online, you do not need to be credible. You just need to appear to be credible. Here is what that means. Imagine two people. One of them is brand new, no experience, no credibility, but he decides to start a website. The other one is a multi-billionaire. He buys 15 houses every day. He has all the hot statements to prove it, the insurance, the taxes, but he has no website. The guy without experience asks one of his flipper buddies if he can go to one of their flips and take pictures so he can put his pictures on the website. The billionaire guy thinks he doesn't need a website. He says, money, he buys houses. Which of the two is more credible? Obviously, the guy with the website. Even though he has no experience, the guy with the website is more credible. It doesn't matter how amazing you are if you cannot be found or be verified anywhere. So, as long as you act the part, smell the part, play the part, if you have all the confidence, if you have a very good professional looking website, nobody is going to question your credibility. And here is the proof. Another case scenario. Imagine your iPhone just broke and you are in the market for a new iPhone. So you go to Google and you ask Google, help, I need to buy a new iPhone. And Google returns two websites. One is called Auntie Jemima sells iPhones.com and the other website is called Apple.com. Now, Auntie Jemima sells her iPhones for $49.99, $49. While Apple, how dare they sell their iPhone for $397. Which iPhone are you going to buy? It doesn't matter which one you buy. If you were to buy Auntie Jemima's iPhone, I'm willing to bet that before you whip out your wallet, you're going to do your dangest best to find reviews, testimonials, to make sure they're using the right chips in the phone, that it's not a bootleg phone, it's a real legitimate phone. You will do a ton of research. Why? Are you going to do the research for Apple.com as well? No, of course not. You know they're credible. The point I'm trying to make is that people will only need proof when there is something inherently shady going on, when something is missing, something is not right. Then is when people are going to ask for proof. So, as long as you have a credible website, professional looking website, you are dressed the part, you act the part, you know the part, nobody is going to ask you for reviews or anything like that. So you can fake the credibility, and fake it till you make it is an actual real thing. So now, I am not saying don't bother about reviews and testimonials. Of course get them, but you can still get away with character reviews. Ask your colleagues, ask your mom, ask your friends to give you a character review. Character review is something like, oh, I know Jane. Jane is a very loyal person. She smells funny, but she does what she says. She says what she does. I highly recommend her. That is a character review. That alone is enough to get you going until you get a few leads. Now, if you want actual proof that this actually works, let me quickly pull up this. Okay, what I'm going to show you next is called a heat map. So what you see here is a visual representation of how people behave on your website. Okay, so every dot that you see here is where somebody clicked on your website. So now, look at this menu. This one here is how it works, reviews, our company. So you can see how it works. It's very popular. Reviews, not so much. Our company, very popular, and About Us is extremely popular. Notice, reviews, almost nobody clicks on my reviews. Why? Because I have plenty of perceived credibility on my website. My website is very down to earth, it's very approachable, it looks very professional, we look like very real people, we are known in this space. People are not going to click on the reviews button because there's nothing inherently shady about us, the website, or the business. So, if you are brand new, the only thing you need to do to still come across as credible is act the part, look the part, dress the part, know the part. Be very confident, present yourself with a very professional looking website, and you are set. Okay, so do not worry too much about that. You just need to get going in order for you to start getting those reviews in. Okay, I hope this answers your question.